everyone. I would like to first begin by reading an excerpt from my Utopian-themed short story Letters from Tao Haiyuan. Here it goes. I feel incredibly lucky to have arrived here at Tao Haiyuan, and I'm still finding it hard to believe that this haven actually exists, especially after the nightmarish days I've been through during the past months. I'm surrounded by a view of nature that I thought I could only see in paintings and photos, where the rivers and ponds are sparkling and as clear and blue as sapphires. It's far from the concrete jungle in our country, where we are surrounded by the irregular shapes and heights of skyscrapers. Here, all the houses have the same size and shape, and they lie neatly along the lush green fields, a very aesthetic and soothing view. Aside from a blossoming peach tree surrounding the outer layer of the island, the inner layer is made up of mulberries and bamboo trees, which reminded me of the bamboo grove we visited in Kyoto before COVID struck. Anyways, not just the view here is amazing, the people here are an extreme wonder, and their values and the way they live and their governing system are so surreally perfect. That is part of the reason why I decided to stay here a little longer, because I want to observe more of these people's way of living. They live harmoniously and support each other. They share the resources with each other equally. Each has a role in contributing to the society and producing resources essential for the island and distributing them equally to every household, doing what suits them the most and what they're good at, and exchange with others without the need for money. One interesting thing about the people here, though, they have very limited knowledge of the outside world, especially about the technological advancement that has been happening since 1994. They barely knew anything about mobile phones or computers, and their only knowledge about these gadgets, which I have on me, was they are extremely evil and harmful to society. That's why I was being asked to keep my phone and my electronics in my bag, because they felt uncomfortable seeing them. So this piece was created for a literary magazine with a utopian theme. Instead of describing a utopia, I wanted to explore what doesn't make a utopia and what are dystopians disguised as utopias by examining Asian myths and folklores. The most famous utopia in Chinese culture is Tao Haiyuan, from a prose piece by Jin Dynasty poet Tao Yumei. This utopia has features that align with ideas proposed in communism, interestingly, and it is described in an excerpt I've read. At the same time, while writing the story, I found this quote from a document by the Hong Kong Legislative Council in 1992 by a politician, Mr. Zhen Kwok. Hong Kong people have woken up to this nightmarish reality and realized in stark clarity that if we do not stand up to defend our right to decide on our destiny, we shall not be able to choose a future for ourselves. Today, the people of Hong Kong are already reeling from such a heavy blow, where we are making no more than some frail sound over this question of the political system. What would be our fate if we were to hold opinions different from that of China over the other questions in the next 55 years? Therefore, today's debate over the democracy of the political system is not for 5 years only, but for 55 years of a high degree of autonomy and one country, two systems. In times of turmoil, I would think of a piece of prose by the Jin Dynasty poet Tao Yumei, the Tao Haiyuan Ji. It depicted a self-contained, peaceful and happy world immune from the interference by outside forces. This world, of course, cannot possibly become a reality, but it is a dream for generations of Chinese people. I wish the people of Hong Kong would not need to migrate or pay a heavy price in pursuing this dream and in building what we cherish as our Tao Haiyuan. Bear in mind that this quote was documented in 1992, and yet in 2023, I found myself answering this. The nightmare Mr. Zhen Kwok worried about has sadly come true. The people of Hong Kong have failed to make or keep Hong Kong as a Tao Haiyuan. They are now migrating and have paid or are paying a heavy price in pursuing the dream of reaching a Tao Haiyuan. Yet we are still uncertain whether the place we have chosen to reach is a Tao Haiyuan or not. Like the ideologies the CCP has been promoting, the communist-style government that seems to constitute what makes Tao Haiyuan a utopia are merely ideologies and dreams, not reality, because of personal greed and corruption possibly stemming from the core of our human nature. So while others might bring a positive outlook of what constitutes a utopia, I bring you to question How do you ensure the utopia you found is truly a utopia and not a dystopian in disguise? Thank you very much for listening.